Hey everyone, hope you guys are enjoying Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak and whichever platform you're choosing to play it on. And today basically I wanted to go over the last and final, as we expect it to be, as of right now at the very least, the final event quest that was added into Sunbreak as part of the bonus free title update. Remember that no more free downloadable content will become available according to Capcom. We're still expecting maybe one more quest to be dropped, maybe shadow dropped out of nowhere, since we do kind of have already seen it in the leaks, but for whatever reason Capcom decided to not make it available. We don't necessarily know the reasoning for that. But in this video, I want to go over the last one that they did make available and is currently available in the game for you right now. If you still don't necessarily know how to get your event quests or free downloadable item packs, all you need to do is make your way down to the Steelworks or Nargacuga, speak to the courier cat, go all the way down to the add-ons options, and claim anything that's labeled in white, whether it is free event quests or downloadable item packs, which there's plenty of on PlayStation, and I'm going to be talking about that one of the upcoming videos, since they dropped a pair of those for those users. Today though, what we have here is a brand new Master Rank 6-star hunting quest called Daily Practice, and you're gonna need to practice if you actually want to finish this quest, because you are going to be fighting a Scorn Magnamalo and a Primordial Malzeno in the Citadel. And this is probably, honestly speaking, the most annoying, stupid quest Capcom decided to put into the game. And I'm not necessarily sure why that is. I don't know why Capcom decided to do this, but they basically provided us with a quest that gives a base master rank monsters not only higher health, but higher resistances, higher parameters, and more importantly, higher damage. And people, usually randos that I've actually been playing with online, don't know how to deal with that online. They just don't necessarily know how to cope with the fact that these monsters hit slightly stronger than they did already, although albeit both of these monsters have already received hazard versions of themselves. So chances are you already fought a stronger versions of these individual monsters, but for whatever reason, as a duo, people have no concept of how to be able to finish this quest. So usually what you end up having here is that most people that actually originally the day of launch, I saw a lot of people kind of doing Scorn Magnamalo first. I would actually suggest you try to do Primordial Malzeno first, because that is the one that most people will end up carding on. And they card because of two reasons. One, when he enrages, he will combo you, and if he combos you, you're pretty much going to get killed. It's just no escaping it. And the second one is, people do not heal for whatever reason. I don't understand why they just choose not to be topped off with full health, or they're fighting these monsters with armor sets that are continually draining your health, and that's a bad idea, because chances are you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get, 80%, 90% of your health chopped off in one hit, and next thing you know, you just carded because you were trying to get a few extra attack power points as your health is continually being drained, and that is not a good look, honestly. So I actually ended up trying to do this quest before I actually was able to finish it. I believe it was 8 separate occasions, 8 random rooms online I joined. People just carded left and right. I don't understand why Primordial Malzeno is such a tough fight, but again, because this one has slightly higher resistances, damage, and health, people find it even easier to card, like to the point that even like a minute into the fight, he hasn't even enraged and people are already dying. I wasn't quite sure, as able to understand why they were having such a tough time. Eventually though, I found 2 separate rooms that were just able to clear it relatively fast, no problem. So maybe it was just the luck of the draw, but what it does tell me is that people still don't necessarily know how to fight Primordial Malzeno. They think it just is another pushover fight, and it really isn't. Even normal version of Primordial Malzeno does have a little bit of a trick to it, and that is the fact that it's just going to combo you, and it has so many attack combinations. That is one of the things that we spoke about as pretty much he was introduced. So again, he has high resistances, so that means you cannot poison him all that easily. You can't stun him that easily, or para him all that easily, if at all. You can't put it to sleep with a sleep frog. You certainly can use blast frogs to knock him out into the ground. Spiders, you can do that. Although he does, once he's enraged orange, you cannot use a spider. This is the same thing that I spoke about in the previous quest as well. Once he turns orange and he's relatively lower health, you can't use a spider to kind of bang him against the wall. That's usually when I end up using a spider myself, but you can't. He's just like, it won't stick to him. So you don't waste your spider, but essentially you have to wait for the orange glow to go away, and then you can bang him into a wall and get that extra, 15 seconds, 10 seconds of free damage while he's toppled into the floor, and be able to do it that way. So I suggest most people should be probably fighting Primordial Malzeno first. Take that one down. Again, keep your health topped off. Don't bring draining armor sets into this fight. You're not doing anyone any service if you do that. And of course, top up your armor. This is as best as possible. Then move over to Scorn Magnamalo, which this one, realistically speaking, is the easier fight for multiple reasons. One, his only main real concern attacks, even with this booster version that you have, which I don't believe Scorn Magnamalo has a hazard version. So it's not like he has new combo attacks or anything, but it's just a more powerful version of him, since we haven't seen I believe it's a 1.25 modifier version of him up until now. So he does hit a little bit harder, and his tail spike attack is still the most powerful one. When he does the big tail attack, and then he does 3 separate beams, charges it up, does it again, charges it up, does it again. That attack is the most powerful one that he has. You definitely want to stay out of the way from that. But it's a relatively easy avoidable one if you just don't try to attack in between attacks. If you try to attack it while he's attacking you and you avoided it, you're probably going to end up getting killed by the next one. So just dodge out of the way a little bit, and then you should be good to go. Another reason why this one is a little bit easier, of course, is that you can trap him. You can pitfall him. I would suggest that you chain those. Someone just drop him continually, and you pitfall him, and he's going to go down relatively fast. Plenty of weak spots like normal Magnamalo. We spoke about that before. So you should be able to have an easier time taking down Scorn Magnamalo. But Primordial Malzeno is the one that people have issues with. Again, because you are in the Citadel, you should be able to get Spur Burst. You should be able to get boosters. You should be able to get Blast Frogs, Poison Frogs, whatever, Power Frogs if you can use them. Anything to help you. But at the end of the day, people just struggle with this monster because they haven't fought him all that much. And, they're probably not necessarily prepared to be able to, handle the fight as best as they could. But I do think that this is probably one of the more interesting fights. Definitely one of the ones that if you have a bad room, a bad random draw, you join a random pug and they are just struggling with it, you're going to have a bad time. It's just one of those that it falls right in line with the meme. If you're not doing pizza or whatever that meme was, you're not gonna have a good time. So just keep your eyes peeled. Definitely bring all the potions you need, keep yourself alive, and if you bring a healer cat, probably should help as well. Not only keep yourself alive but others as well. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. The rewards are not even worth mentioning because they're absolutely embarrassing. If you're brand new to my channel, though, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.